Hey guys, it's Fez for Bitcoin for Beginners. I'm back with another technical analysis video. In this video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Zcash, as well as Dragon. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure you watch the video in its entirety. So let's get started. Okay, so not a lot's changed since I showed you this chart in the previous two videos, other than I've turned slightly bearish, more so than I was in the other two. However, I'm still long-term bullish. So I'm bearish but bullish at the same time. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer and tell you why. So the first thing I want to bring your attention to is the July high of 2019, which is where we're sort of aiming to hit, hopefully. And then we have this range here with a important area of resistance here, which you can see that we tapped and we were rejected from. I've still got this area of interest that I had in the previous two videos, as I still think it's very viable that we break down into that area. If that is the case, I expect us to continue down towards the mid 11,000, and this will be an area that will make or break the current market trend. We can find some support at either one of these mid ranges, then that will look good for Bitcoin, and I may flip my bias to more bullish than what I am at the moment. Let's zoom into the 4-hour chart. Okay, so in the 4-hour chart you can see this trading range a little bit better. You can also see this area where the two mid ranges meet, so finding support anywhere in this area will be a positive sign for Bitcoin, and I will close my short and possibly start to look at alts and longs again. At the moment I'm out of all of my alts until the volatility of Bitcoin settles down a little bit. So as mentioned, I expect Bitcoin to continue going down, and we may hit either one of these and then continue north. If we don't find resistance in this area and we confirm off of one of these, then that's when I expect us to come back down to 10.5. Hopefully that makes sense. And before you all start giving me hate and calling me a bear in the comment section, remember, short-term bear, long-term bull. To summarize, I don't see us bouncing off anywhere around. You have to excuse my mouse spazzing out. But I don't think we're going to bounce anywhere along this sort of trend line that you can find on the bottoms here. I think we're going to go down to this one of these two areas to find support, and if we don't, that's when I think we break down towards 10.5. Now if we take a look at Ethereum, okay, so Ethereum's a really nice, clean, easy chart to look at because we only have this range here. We've kind of deviated out of the range and then we've retraced back in. Now looking on the daily, there is a possibility to me that we can reclaim the top. Zooming in a little bit closer to this trading range on the daily, you can see that we've deviated above, we've dropped below that high range, we've taken out this empty, like this open area of liquidity, and I actually think there's a chance that over the next 72 hours that we actually break back above the range high. So what I would like to see with Ethereum is over the next sort of 2-3 days is a break above, a retest, and then I think we continue going higher. So I'm actually more bullish on Ethereum than I am on Bitcoin at the moment, and that's mainly just because we've taken this area of liquidity out here where we had that massive move in price. We've come back, we've taken out this area of liquidity, and I think that we could in theory break out back above the range high, retest it, and then move towards 500. Okay, so that's my thoughts on Ethereum. Let's head over and look at the Litecoin chart. Hey everyone, just gonna hit pause for a second to remind you to give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video so far. Give us a thumbs down if you really dislike it. Let me know your thoughts on this video series in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you want me to take a look at an altcoin on your behalf. I will pick at least one in the next video. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that too and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when we upload new content. Okay, let's get back on it. So I am really bullish on the potential of Litecoin in particular, but this will depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes down to 10,500 in one big movement, then that's going to bring this price down. However, I like the fact that we're in this area of accumulation here. We've got 2 big spikes of volume, in fact 3 recently, with no real upward momentum being formed yet. We had a breakout on the weekly chart, and that's kind of what sparked this. Then obviously Bitcoin corrected by 5%, and that sort of put a halt to everything moving. Now I think Litecoin will continue to keep going. There's a lot of positive news around Litecoin at the moment. It's getting a lot of hype again, even though it's been, you know, all but dead for the past year. But I think now we're looking at a cyclical bottom and the start of a bull run for Litecoin. So if we take a look at what I've marked out as potential targets, this is going to be our first major resistance, this green line here. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. Let me just move this trend line, because that's in the wrong place. There we go. Okay, so first target we have at almost 50%. Our second target is at about 80%. Our third target is at 200%, which is a pretty impressive gain. Now I'm not saying that, you know, we're going to have this breakout and it's going to do 200% in a week. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think if the market holds as it is and altcoins continue to perform well, this is Litecoin kicking off, and there's no reason with the history that Litecoin has that it can't claim back these areas and even higher. I wouldn't get back into Litecoin until we've broken above that resistance, confirmed it as support. Now if you don't get into Litecoin until it kicks off, that's not a problem. There's going to be plenty of buying opportunities on the way up. Okay, so let's take a look at Zcash. Okay, so with Zcash you can see the trading range that I've drawn out. You can see that we broke above the top of the range, but we didn't manage to hold it, and we're heading back towards this mid-range. That means that this will be pivotal. If we can use that as support, climb back up, then we're on for a 68% gain, I think, in my opinion. Again, I would be very cautious about my entries, and I wouldn't enter into a trade until we've confirmed this area here and we've actually sort of closed above it. That's when I would be looking to trade, which is why I've put the price range starting here and not where we are, not at this mid-range. Again, if we can confirm this as support and we're moving up, there's no reason why we can't be hitting these targets here. The next altcoin we're going to look at is Dragon. Now I forgot to draw in a range here, because we do have a range that ties in there, and if I zoom in now you can see that we broke above these 2 highs, and that's when we formed this range here. We've now broken below that into this area. I'm kind of repeating myself now, but if we can break up back into this range and use it as support, then we're looking at a 61% profit here if we just buy at the bottom of this range and sell at the top. But again, if we break off, use that as support and head higher, we're looking at 200% from this trade entry here. Just zoom in a little bit more, not forgetting that we want a clean break above, a retest, and then a move up, and it's this area here that we're interested in as a trade entry. But we have 3 targets. Depending on the news that Dragon come out, they have been a lot more active recently, and I think there's something stirring within the belly of the beast, but I'm unsure, so don't take my word for that. But if we are at the beginning of a new alt season, a real alt season, then we could very easily be looking for this top target. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you haven't, then you know what to do. If you'd like me to take a look at a particular coin on your behalf for the next video, then make sure you let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you do and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. I've been Fez for Bitcoin for Beginners, and I'll see you next time.